We have the visiting dignitaries, and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome Her Excellency Mrs. Daniela Mariana Tesno Tane, Ambassador of Romania, and also my good friend Mr. Vijay Mehta, Honorary Consul of Romania, His Excellency Mr. Purushottam Bagadia, Honorary Consul General of Moldova, and all other dignitaries here. Hindustan Chamber of Commerce was founded on 2nd November 1945 by Sri C.M. Kothari and Sri Rai Bahadur Himchand Kesha. Now with a membership of about 1,000 members from various segments of trade, commerce and industry, Hindustan Chamber is affiliated to the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Recently we celebrated our Platinum Jubilee on 11th September 2021 at Hotel ITC Grand Chola. This event was presided over by Sri M. Venkaiah Naidu, Honorable Vice President of India, in the presence of guests of honor, Sri Banwarilal Purohit, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, and Sri La Ganesan, Honorable Governor of Manipur, and Sri K.K.S.S.R. Ramachandran, Honorable Minister of Revenue and Disaster Management in Tamil Nadu. And the Chief Guest released Platinum Jubilee souvenir and plate. We'll be happy to share it with you. And at this function, we honored Dr. Pratap C. Reddy, founder.
Mr. Praveen Kumar Katia, Vice President. Mr. Riaz. Mr. Vinay Salat.
India of today is vastly different from what it was at the beginning of our industrial growth in 1950s, soon after independence. Following industry policy resolution of 1951, India was a country of shortages, country of scarcity. Whether it was capital, whether it was consumable, anything, it was a shortage economy. And we were dependent even for food outside of India. From that, India has really come a long way. And particularly it has picked up momentum post-1991 liberalization. The economic liberalization has really shifted gear for India's growth, which was earlier supposed to be a Hindu rate of growth, very low rate. Today it is one of the fastest growing economy in the world. And in some years it has even overtaken China in terms of annual growth rate. So from a shortage, we have now become surplus in many commodities. That includes even foreign exchange. Gone are the days where even for $100 or $150 of a daily allowance to travel, for which we have to stand before RBI and get a permit. Today India's foreign exchange reserves have become pretty strong. And Indian entrepreneurs are no longer risk averse. Today they are taking exposures, they are open to investment, not only within India, but also outside of India. And the scale also is very massive. So with this, we have been on the lookout for countries whichever give suitable opening for investments, for growth of Indian business. And while on this, Romania is no doubt a high income economy. It is in part of EU, as all of us know, and within EU, it is one of the very fast growing economy. I think its growth rate is somewhat similar to India. Their annual growth rate is pretty high. They have also moved away from communism as we moved away from licensing Raj and control. And moving from communism, since 2000, Romania has achieved macroeconomic stability. They have contained inflation. They have contained unemployment. In all these areas, today, their economic indicators are pretty strong.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
With Gayatri Mantra, the mother of mantras, is just to have a good omen for our cooperation. Om Bhurvubhav Svaha. Although our colleague here, he said almost a lot, almost everything. So As part of the European Union, Romania represents an incredible market opportunity in terms of size. It is the 9th country in the 27, and the population, we have the 7th population in the EU. Of course, comparing to India, we are very small. Offering investors a strong market potential as the 2nd largest country in Central and Eastern Europe, and the largest in Southeastern Europe. I would, okay. We have a strategic position, being located at the crossroad of traditional commercial and energy routes between the European Union, Asia, and the community of the independent state, former the Russia. We also are part, if you might know, we are part of the NATO, the organization. We have a member of NATO, standing as a pillar of strength in maintaining stability and security in the region.
So please, I now invite Mr. Vinay Sanatkumar, Vice President SVC, to honor them with a... So kindly honor Mr. Cruz, Council for Trade and Protocol.
Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, who's your president, who is a personal friend of mine for the last about 20 years. And I'm sorry he's not present today, but I'm really grateful to the complete Management Council of Hindustan Chamber who have organized this program and have honored us. We feel very humble with all the honor which you have showered on us, and a very detailed introduction which I thought would be edited, but he read the whole introduction. I think Chennai is a very good place to do business. And in addition to what our ambassador has said, I would like to add 4 points for which we receive, Madam Ambassador, more inquiries from Tamil Nadu for business in addition to the areas which have been explained. One is that you will be very happy to note that a lot of labor from Tamil Nadu is getting employed in Romania. And I think the number of visas which have been issued and which are getting issued are getting added, or rather I would say multiplied every year. With the little slowdown during Corona days, it is picking up again, and we receive at least 2 to 3 calls a week asking that when the visa is going to reopen and we would like to go over there. In fact, Mr. Ganpati here, who is the chairman of Syngent India, they recently, about 2 years back, acquired an IT company in Romania which was employing about 800 people. And this is the kind of relationship with Tamil Nadu shares with the state of Romania.
Recognized Moldova and has provided substantial support to the Republic of Moldova after independence in 1991. I know many of you in the audience have a great curiosity to know about Moldova, its geographical location, economy, culture, and trade opportunities available therefore, as very few people would know where it is. Moldova shares its borders with Romania on one side and Ukraine on the other side, so it's an Eastern European CIS country which became an independent nation in 1991 when USSR broke into 15 countries. Moldova is a country lying in the northeastern corner of Balkan region of Europe, and its capital is Chisinau, located on the south central part of the country. Moldova is bounded by Ukraine, as I said, on one side and Romania on the other side. It's not only a beautiful tourist destination but also have one of the best wineries in the world, which allow tasting the best wines, and is one of the largest producers of wine in the world.
Economy within Europe, they are part of EU. EU is one of the very big business bloc in the whole world. Next to US, EU really occupies a very big slot. And in that, Romania is a very high growing country. And as they put it in the meeting, in the interaction, they are very cost competitive. Unlike Western Europe, where cost of labor is very high, Her Excellency highlighted that labor costs are much lower there. So it gives really a competitive edge for India to get in. And there are some sectors where India has got its own expertise, like automobile, defense. These are the areas where they are also welcoming foreign investment. And so these two countries, they can really collaborate on some of these areas. Then tourism is one area where they specify that because they have an adverse balance of trade with India, with open arms, they welcome Indian tourists. Education also, they have got high educational institution of high repute. And they also teach nowadays in English. And the cost of doing a tourism or cost of having an education in Romania is much, much cheaper when compared to big high-cost economies like Germany or France and all. So these are some of the strengths which Romania brings in. So what she has underlined is these are the areas where there can be a lot more collaboration, lot more exchange of visits of people, lot more joint way of doing business. So the opportunities which are available for Indian entrepreneurs, that is what was underlying thrust for today's meeting. Okay.
Relations between Romania and India on commercial, trade, commercial and investment field. So the presentation I've made was mainly to present the advantages of investing in Romania, which is a fast-growing economy. We have facilities for investors. The best sector is the IT, where there is zero taxes. And I was highlighting the main investors, Indian investors, which are already present in Romanian market, which are big companies like Tata Consultancy, Wipro, Infosys, Genpact, Sun Pharma, to name just the very big ones. Then we have also other small ones. There are about 500 Indian companies working in Romania. So this was the main topics. We are trying to find out new ways of cooperation and to bring also Romanian companies to invest in India, in Tamil Nadu, which is a very welcoming state, and where we are matching, our capacities are matching very well with the Tamil Nadu capacities. This is in very brief. Thank you very much.